Finally, tonight, let's talk about the issue that is hurting not just Indians in the US, but also ordinary Americans the most: inflation. Prices in America are rising again. In fact, vegetables, electricity, everything, but for the very first time in recent years. Wages are reportedly growing slower than the inflation again. That means millions of Americans feel poorer every single month. And this matters politically because when fuel prices rise, governments suffer. When grocery bill rise, voters become angry. And right now, America is entering a dangerous economic mood. People are exhausted after pandemic inflation, wars, layoffs, in fact, housing stress, high interest rate. Many families feel squeezed from every single direction. In fact, the Iran conflict has also increased pressure on oil prices. And when oil rises, everything becomes expensive. Everything: transport, food, fertilizers, daily essentials. This is why economists are warning that inflation is no longer just an economic issue. It is now psychological. People begin fearing the future. They spend less, business become cautious, and political frustration rises rapidly. Now, for Mr. Donald Trump, this could become a serious challenge right before the elections because inflation is emotional. Voters may forgive speeches, they may forgive controversies, but they rarely forgive expensive groceries. And right now, America's economic anxiety, it is definitely returning again. So, tonight's America gave us two very different realities: an America where Indians are being blamed in visa debates, and another America where Indians are leading billion-dollar companies. An America where immigrants feel uncertain, and another America where Indian origin talent is shaping AI, technology, and business, and that too globally. That is the contradiction of modern America. It fears immigration politically while depending on immigrants economically. And for millions of Indians watching tonight, the message is clear: the American dream still exists, but it is becoming far more expensive for you, more competitive, and far more complicated than ever before. Thanks for watching Skyline. I'm Triti Yatri. Good night. Now come perhaps the most fascinating story of tonight's show. What if I told you that there is a theory on Wall Street that whenever an Indian origin CEO takes charge of an American company, investors should buy the stock? Sounds unbelievable, right? Well, billionaire investor Michael Milken, he casually hinted at exactly this idea. And then an analyst, he backtested the theory. The results shocked people though. According to the analysts, investing in companies led by Indian origin CEOs over the past 15 years would have massively outperformed in the US market. Why? Well, look at the names here: Satya Nadella at Microsoft, Sundar Pichai at Alphabet, Shantanu Narayan at Adobe, and Arvind Krishna at IBM. Well, these are not just ordinary companies. These are giants shaping the modern digital world today. And under Indian origin leadership, many of them witnessed extraordinary growth. Now, of course, correlation does not automatically mean causation. Even analysts themselves, they have admitted that many of these firms, they were already in high growth sector like AI, cloud computing, and software. But still, the pattern, that is impossible to ignore. And it says something very powerful about the Indian diaspora stories. For decades, Indian immigrants entered America through education and technology. Now they are leading the companies, shaping the future of humanity itself. AI, cloud computing, in fact, semiconductor, cybersecurity, it is not accidental anymore. It reflects a generation of Indian professionals who mastered global system, adapted internationally, and rose through the pure performance. Which is why America today has a strange contradiction. At the political level, immigration fights, they are increasing. But at the corporate level, Indian origin leaders has become much stronger than ever before.